Hello, it's Cullen Havel here. I've done a range of different type research things, and I've taught quite a bit of research in universities, and I've also done a lot of courses, and I've taught a lot of courses, in particular marketing, in universities. And I had a friend tell me just then that her daughter wants to know how she might start getting her brain to putting readings into an assignment. How do I've got this reading in front of me, how do I get the reading into an assignment? So I had a quick think, and I thought, I know, use the power of Vivo, qualitative data analysis software. Use the power of Vivo to trigger your thoughts. So I'm going to take you through that right now. My screen's over there, so if I'm not looking you in the face, you'll know what that's all about, right? So get a piece of software called Vivo. I'm going to share a screen with you in a moment, and Google it up. It's easy as that, no problem. They'll give you a trial. They'll give you a they'll give you just. I keep getting Yahoo runs on my search engine bar. It drives me crazy. But even so, you can get Vivo, QSR International, so qualitative data analysis software, Vivo. It'll take you to the QSR page. And the current version, as at March 25th, 2020, the current version is version 12. So try Vivo and then just do the whole, try Vivo, no problem, start trial, and that'll probably give you a 2-week trial, okay? I think the universities, most of the universities these days, Vivo Windows trial, there we go, try on, and it'll take you through, it'll ask you to upload version 12. I should see if it does that. I should see if it does it, and we'll see. Oh, it's going to run me through. I don't really want to check out. Anyway, look, get hold of Vivo version 12. It won't be a problem, okay? So what does that give us? It gives us a piece of software that looks like this. It opens up. Don't get caught on the sample project bit. Open a blank project, okay? So you open a blank project, and I'll say understanding the Uber paper, and you'll know what I mean in a moment. But I'm going to make some sense of an Uber paper that was actually a podcast as well, but a Freakonomics paper podcast that was about Uber and understanding the gender pay gap. Imagine you've been given this as a reading. As a matter of fact, I've given this as a reading to an MBA class, and we're going to be by Zoom, of course, looking at it together tomorrow. Oh, look, Vivo Customer Hub. It's not that hard, all right? It is Vivo is a great piece of qualitative data analysis software, but don't get caught up on it, okay? All I really want to do, that quick start steps we could kill, but I won't. What I want to do is look, there's a couple of things I can do here. I've just got, look at this. I've got a reading here in a folder. I've got a reading here, which is the Uber gender pay gap, okay? So I've got a reading, and I think to myself, all right, I want to analyze that in Vivo. So as we go, I can simply, if I want to, drag that PDF into my files area of Vivo. Bang, no problems at all. And I'll go, yes, reading 6, Uber gender pay gap. Hit the button, and it'll load up as a PDF. This is actually, Vivo is really good because all of your readings you can just drag into your Vivo file, and then run it. So there's the Uber gender pay gap. If I want, under data files, I can create a new file and create a new internal document, and it's R6 Uber pay gap transcript. Imagine I was looking at I only wanted the podcast transcript. Someone's done a beautiful job of giving me the podcast transcript. To be honest, you could look it up if you wanted, but the Uber gender pay gap, put some glasses on, hey? The Uber gender pay gap is on this page, all right? You don't need to know about it, but here it is. Here's Dubner and the other guy, Dubner and somebody else talking about Uber and the gender pay gap. And if we want to listen to it, that's them talking about the thing here. All right, there we go. So that's them talking about it. The beauty of it is on this page, a whole transcript. Okay, so if you're doing qual, there you go. So one thing is I can be looking at my NVivo and I can just drag a document in there. That'll be fine. And here's my Uber document. And that's sitting in there. If I double click on it, it just comes up in here and I get to see what there's my Uber gender pay gap PDF, all right, which it was just me copying it off the web anyway. So there's an Uber gender pay gap PDF. Here's the blank document, which was the transcript, okay? So it's blank document. But I can say, oh, I've dated when I've done my thing, right? So the Uber gender pay gap. Discussion on Freakonomics. I could keep this short, couldn't I? But let's go. Let's go. So I could, if I want, I could just copy paste the transcript. Here's my discussion, and there's our discussion there. Bang, 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 bang. So I'm going to take all of that, and I reckon I should be able to just drag it straight, highlight the whole lot. Thanks, Freakonomics website for your podcast. Wow, lots of talking, right? Good on you, but here's your podcast. Oh, you don't want all the comments in there. All I want is the transcript. Good. There we go. Click. All right, so I didn't tell you what I was going to do, but what I want us to do is do a word frequency count in NVivo. So I've copied, and I can copy this into my NVivo document, paste, and here it comes. There's all that stuff pasted. So two ways of doing it. All right, I can do the transcript in there. I can jam the transcript in there and run with it, or I can do the document. Either way. So this is where it gets fun. We've got our data in there. So two different versions of the same data. The PDF, of course, has got all the junk around the outside, you know, like from Cullen, or you've got your raw, slightly more pure transcript, okay? And the slightly more pure transcript looks like that. Anyway, what do we want to do? Back to my friend's daughter's question about how do I make sense of a reading and take the most out of it. I'm going to get us to do two things, a word frequency count and a word clouds. So the word frequency count is just really counting how much each of the words turns up in Qualtrics, and that includes a word cloud and then a text query. And so let's go to that quickly. I'm going to do my analysis of the pure one, the transcript that I have there. And so here's my transcript, and I'm simply going to ask it to do, come up here, and I reckon there is just need to find it. How embarrassing, how embarrassing, how embarrassing. It's here. It's a query. There's my query, and there's my word frequency query in this document. That's not so bad. Word frequency query in this document. So I'm in the document, and then it comes up and it says, oh, it just ran. How good was that? Let's do it again. Do it again. So I want to query. I want to query the document. I want to do a word frequency query in this document, and it just instantly goes in and does it. Now, at the moment, the defaults that it's got, minimum word length of 3, and this exact matches. I'm going to change that, and I'm going to make it 5 because I'm only interested in slightly larger words, and I'm also going to allow it to have some sloppiness, some synonyms in there. I need to rerun the query, and it comes back with right. It comes up with women, drivers, think, Dubner. Dubner is one of the professors that speaks in there. Gender, labour, diamond, differences. Wow. There are 35. So I look at this and I think to myself, I wonder what's interesting. Maybe the word gender points me to something interesting. Maybe the word actually won't. Maybe the word discrimination points me to something. So pull my areas together. All right. So that's a quick, there's your word frequency count. Down here, down the right-hand side, word cloud is something visual. Okay. Be careful with word clouds. I've got senior examiners that I have students go past that are a bit cynical about certain pieces of output, word clouds being one of them. Okay, they can be useful. There's certainly a great, just like Wikipedia, a great tool for you to work out what's going on. Wikipedia is great that way. So instead of summary, hit word cloud, and before you know it, come on, baby, you'll get there. You'll get there. And before you know it, you've got a word cloud. Women, think, drivers, diamond. Wonder what that means. Gender, percent, differences, Dubner. All right. So Dubner's boring, right? Because Dubner's just the name of one of the people, and sure, they were using his name. So even in the word cloud, I can right-click on that, and I can add that to the stop words list. Okay, and I can hit Dubner on stop words. What else is interesting? The word actually. You know, that's just a filler, so that as people are talking, they use the word actually. So I'm going to add to actually to the stop words list. Literally, existent, substantial. Yeah, they're all just filler words, so that's good. What else have we got? Think. Yeah. People would be using it as a filler word. I think we should do this. I'm going to take the word think out. Imagine, yeah, all filler words. That's fine. Anyway, pick out the words I don't like, run the query again. And the winner is word cloud. All right. Anyway, so there we go, labour differences. All right. So whether you look at it in a word cloud, which is pretty and intuitive, helps you get an idea of what's going on, word cloud is a good start. And so, for my friend who's thinking, gee, I wonder how the ideas of the paper can go into my assignment. Or maybe you've got this as a reading for, say, gender studies, and you say you've been told to talk about how gender issues appear in modern society. Here's your reading about Uber and the gender pay gap, and this is a good trigger to say, all right, so there's women, gender, labour, drivers, all of that. So that's a good start. I'll go back to the summary because that's just one of these right-hand click. Okay, there are other things like tree map and cluster analysis. I don't know what they are. If you can work them out, get in touch with me. So, and there we are. So where we go here, I look at this word, I think differences, maybe different. No, I want to know how discrimination fits in. Maybe the word discrimination is something. There's 21 instances of discrimination. I say, okay, how does that turn up in my document? The beauty of that is you put it into a text search query, right click. That was a right click there. Text search query, and you run a text search query on there, and it brings up your own reading. That's a little shortcut, isn't it? Brings up your own reading with look at discrimination. Double click on that, And we get, every time the word discrimination turns up, we get the chance to make out what's going on, because it highlights, right? And in the sense that it doesn't facilitate discrimination by the users, the human users, who are more clever than the algorithm. Okay, words. Okay, I sort of understand it, but you don't even have to. But there we go. This is about the methodology they were using as they did their piece of research. There are two types of discrimination that might occur on Uber's platform. Anyway, all I really wanted to do is say, hey, what happens? How does that fit in? Maybe discrimination isn't your thing. Maybe you say female experience. Maybe you say, I don't know, maybe I don't believe this, but maybe men are getting paid more because they're more experienced on the platform or whatever. Who knows? But you say, all right, I wonder how the word experience turns up in that paper. Run text search query. It says, I'll do that for you. You double click on the shortcut it gives you, and it says, okay, when Uber receives a call, remember it's grouped, so it's all sorts of things that it runs. When Uber receives a call, so that's the experience of receiving, maybe, I don't know. What else have we got? Had it hinted at a deeper effect, which I call driver experience. Large returns to what we call experience. So actually, yeah, these researchers are finding or saying that, guess what? Men stay longer on the platform, and so they know the fancier routes, the quicker way to get from place to place, and so they get to make more money. Don't know. Doesn't matter. I'm not actually doing the research, but I say to myself, how does that fit in? When you look at experience, it's heavily tilted in men's direction. Men are more experienced than women. Anyway, so all of these are things. So in answer, I've got to finish quickly, haven't I? In answer to what we do, we can, to make sense of a reading and how to put it into an assignment, think about what the assignment wants us to be doing or talking about, and then use this magical little tool. It's called NVivo, remember? Get it from the web, from the web, NVivo. I'm back out of it because it's got me scared. It wants me to check out and give me credit card details or whatever, but don't know. But get NVivo, try it for free, and you get 14 days to see how it goes. You open up this magical little piece of software called NVivo. You can bring in your PDFs and use it as a library if you want, or bring in only whatever you want in documents that you've built, and then run these couple of things. You can run a word frequency query, which gives you a count of the words. That's not bad. You can express that word frequency query as a word cloud, and you can decide that you're going to run a text search query, which then gives you your document, your thing, and shows you highlights where those words came up. That's a really great trigger for how these things all come together. If you wanted to get more interested in NVivo, there are things called nodes, thematic nodes, blue thematic nodes, and you could highlight these nodes, these areas of interest. You could highlight them, build them together in a logic tree, and that would be great. But forget that. That's slightly advanced use of NVivo. You just want to make sense of a few documents. That's not a bad way. All right, so that's it. This is one of those that we call Beyond the Basics but it's pretty basic. Beyond the Basics, Cullen doing favors for students via YouTube. That's probably about it for me. I reckon I've gone too long as it is, and I wish I had told you at the beginning what I was doing. Anyway, I hope that can work for you, especially for my friend who's starting her degree in nursing. All right, see ya.